All right, everyone, and welcome to your fourth week. One thing to remember, and that's why I'm doing the video, is that if you are using Maya 2016, you are playing with a little different interface. And some of the options by default are not the same when you create objects as to 15. I've not upgraded to 16 because I don't like it as much as 15. Not even close, actually. And most of the people I talk to like 15 better. But I made that video, so if you actually are in that situation with 16, you can still do your homework. So I'm gonna basically completely do a virtual studio for you guys this week, and the way it would happen in 2016. Well, in my video, if I click, in 15, if I click on a viewport and click on the plane, I can just drag and drop it. Alright. By default in 16, it's not like that. By default in 16, when you click on making one of those, you don't drop. It will by default make the smallest one possible, and it will also, if you look in the input plane, put it like that. So the subdivision will be 10 and 10. That's what you will get. Alright? So it's a very different animal than just being able to have the proper size right away when you actually do it. No big deal. And what you do is you, as soon as it's created, you go into the perspective by bringing your mouse into the perspective viewport. Click on your space bar, select your object, zoom in by clicking on F, alright, and you can zoom in with the wheel right here. Remember, the wheel on your mouse make forward, zooming in and out, the Alt button, ALT, and the left click mouse let you rotate 3D, okay, and the right button and the ALT key make you zoom also, and the ALT button and the middle mouse click make you pan. Alright, very important that you remember that. It's command from what I remember on the Macintosh. So now you have that selected. You're gonna click, you want to go to the channel box, basically layer editor. So you're gonna click on the icons right here, the top right corner, until you get to the channel box. With your object selected still, you're going to go to the lower menu called Inputs. All those are called nodes from your lecture. In the polyplane, you click on it, Node, Input. This is where your size and your subdivision of your object are. We don't want any subdivision in that object because we're going to use it just to display a picture, right? So what we want is 1 in subdivision width, and 1 is subdivision height. That's it. Now the size, you put simply the size with a power of 10. So if your picture was, let's say, 256 width and a height of 512, then your width will be 25.6 and your height would be 51.2. Alright, I'm doing a sword, it's pretty small, so I'm going to do 128, so 12.8 in the width, and the height, I'll do a 512 to make sure, so 51.2, and I click OK. That's it. Alright, so now you basically have, alright, your mesh ready for your virtual studio. Now bring it up, so go to the left, select your mesh still, go to the left side, select your moving tool, and move it up. Alright, so now you're going to rotate it so it's facing properly. You're going to select the rotating tool, as you can see the gizmo appear. The red one is the one you want, and that's the X one. You're going to rotate it, and you can see it right here. So you're just going to input 90 straight up right there. That's pretty much it. Alright, that's how you actually get away from that problem. Now, I'll show you how to put the picture on it now. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to select assign favorite material, and I'm going to select a Lambert. In the Lambert shader right here, never assign a picture to Lambert 1, which is the first shader that you will get when you have that mesh selected. Let me undo. I'll show you. See, before I make the shader, you have a Lambert 1 here. Do not do that. This is the shader that every object is created with. If you put something there, every object you're going to create is going to have the same exact look. So that's not what you want. So you're going to right click, you're going to go to assign new material, favorite material, sorry, and we're going to go to a Lambert. The reason I choose a Lambert is because the Lambert does not have any reflection. We don't want any reflections on something we are going to use as a sample to trace, right? So now in the Lambert shader right here in the attribute editor, in the color channel here, you're going to click on the option, the little checkerboard stuff. You click on it, and the option will bring you the different type of maps you can put in. And we want to put, in my case, the map of the sword, and it's a file. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one from the top, called file. You click on it, and then in the new window that appears, called file attribute, in the image name right here, you're going to click on it, and I'm going to go select that sword. And I got lots of stuff. So let me up right here. I got one, I think, right there. Now, you're going to click on 6 on your keyboard. All right. And as you can see, mine is facing the other way and is not properly showing. The reason why it's transparent is because I use a ping that already adds a transparency channel, which is pretty cool, by the way. You can do that yourself. If you use a ping with a transparency channel, then it becomes transparent, which is much easier to deal with, right? The thing is, it's not the proper size. So I got to go back to my channel box right here by clicking on the right corner, the input, and invert that. So 51.2. And we said 256, 25.6. Now it's much better, but it's still not showing the way it should be. The reason is Maya does not understand how to really apply it. To do that, you need to project. You need to tell him, and it's called projecting. We need to create a UV projection. The UV projection works just like a projector that projects on the screen. Let's say right here. Let me do that. This is your projector. All right. Let me bring it to the proper height. Put it in the middle. All right. This is our projector, and our projector. Let me duplicate it. Just a second. Is going to project forward. All right. That's the way it projects this way to actually get a picture on that screen right here. If you put it on the side, let me combine that quickly. If you put that on the side and center is pivot right here, you're not going to project anything on that screen. It's the same thing with Maya. All right, you need to project it from the front. So you look at the axis, and the gizmo is right here, and you have the Y, you have the X, and you have the Z. So we know that we need to project in the Z axis. It's that easy. So we select our piece, we go to create UVs, all right, and you might have another menu for you guys in 2016. I will post a picture. I'm going to try to fetch it, but I don't have it. So you might have to look into a little deeper for that. And you select the planar mapping. Just select the help file in Maya. In that case, go to and ask create UVs planar mapping, and they'll tell you where it is. And now in that situation right here, I'm just going to select Z and click apply, and bing, my sword is perfect. That's it. That's the Virtual Studio with the twist at the entry for Maya 2016. Take it easy.